This is 1 Rubik's Cube. This is 10 Rubik's Cubes. This is 100 Rubik's Cubes. And this is 1,000 Rubik's Cubes. So today we're going to be answering the question that literally no one asked: how long does it take to solve 1,000 Rubik's Cubes? But before we find that out, well, it looks like we need to do a little bit of an unboxing. As you can see, each one of these boxes holds up to 240 3x3s and weighs 16 kilograms. To put that in perspective, if you add up all these boxes, they weigh about as much as I do. So let's go ahead and get them opened up, and it's as easy as that. Now we just have 900 smaller boxes to open. So while I mentally prepare for that, I want to answer the most obvious question that I know all of you have. Why did I buy 1,000 Rubik's Cubes? And the obvious answer is to make all sorts of fun new videos. After buying my first 100 cubes a couple years ago, I've counted at least 20 videos on my channel that just would not have been possible without them. So whether it's making a massive pixel art mosaic as wide and tall as I am, or building unbelievable 3x3 towers, or even just attempting a crazy 1,000 cube relay, I think these cubes will get a lot of use. But without further ado, let's go ahead and begin the dreaded process of opening up all 900 boxes. I'm guessing it takes at least 2 hours. Well, that indeed took about 2 hours and resulted in a comically large brick of 1,000 3x3s. Trust me, the camera does not get across the scale of how truly massive this thing is. Now, if you ever wanted 1,000 copies of a very hard to understand tutorial on how to solve Rubik's Cube, well, here you go. And as you probably saw, I am quite literally knee-deep in cube boxes right now. It's going to be quite the task to get these all into the recycling. Now, before I begin the unenviable task of scrambling all these, I want to answer another couple questions that I'm sure you all have. Where do you buy 1,000 Rubik's Cubes, and how much did they cost? Well, the short answer is, I bought them from the same Chinese factory as last time. They're the same cubes, the Mofeng Jiaoxi Meilong, which are great because they have no logo, they turn relatively decent. In fact, I think the new ones are lubed and tensioned a little bit better. And they have a super simple blocky design, which means they are stupid cheap. It actually works out to around 50 cents per cube when you're buying this many of them, with the major downside that shipping costs hundreds of dollars and takes over a month to get to the US. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start scrambling up all 1,000 3x3s. I'm actually going to be using unique, randomly generated WCA scrambles from my phone. It might take a little bit longer, but I don't want to be giving myself duplicate scrambles on any of the cubes, which I find can happen when you're hand scrambling over and over again. I think this will take a little bit longer than unboxing them, maybe 3 or 4 hours. And here we go, the last cube. I haven't even started the actual challenge yet, and I already feel like I've been through a marathon today. It took about what I expected, something like 4 hours, but there we go. All 1,000 cubes scrambled. So if it takes that long just to scramble them, how long is it going to take to solve 1,000 cubes? And is it even possible in one sitting? Well, if I solve every cube at my typical competition average of 14 seconds, it'll only take about 4 hours to solve all of them. But keep in mind at a competition that you get 15 seconds to inspect before every single cube, whereas today, I get no inspection. The timer is running constantly. So the lack of inspection will add on at least a few seconds per cube. I'm going to be solving a lot less efficiently and probably making more mistakes, especially as I start to get tired. And that doesn't even count the transition time between setting down one cube over here, going and grabbing the next one. Overall, I think it's going to be something like 25 or 30 seconds per cube. So all that being said, if I can finish all 1,000 cubes in about 8 hours, I think I'll be happy. But without further ado, let's go ahead and begin one of the craziest challenges of my life in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Oh, I already knocked it over. First cube down in like 20 seconds. That was really slow. And first 10 cubes complete. Now that I think about it, this is actually a pretty good challenge to practice my F2L slow turning and look ahead. And first 100 cubes down. Just 9 more of those to go. You know, it's kind of interesting solving a bunch of cubes without magnets in them. Makes it turn a little bit more precisely. And I think we're approaching the most number of cubes I've ever solved in a day with 300. And that is halfway. 500 cubes solved. I will admit I'm getting a little bit hungry and my hand is hurting a little bit. But hey, we did this half. I think we can do this half. So here we are at 700 cubes down. It feels like we're so close until you realize there's still 300 cubes to go. Cube number 900. My hand is still hurting. This chair is so uncomfortable. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, but it's less than an hour to go. Let's finish this. And it all comes down to the last cube. Amazingly, even though everything in my body is screaming at me to stop, I feel like I'm actually still solving pretty well. Like, if anything, solving faster and smoother than I was at the beginning. So, who knows, maybe this is a viable strategy for getting better at 3x3 speed solving. But after finishing up one last G-prim for the day, we finally have our 10 by 10 by 10 cube of 3x3s. Again, it doesn't really come across on camera how huge it is. I totally lost track of how long that took. I'm gonna guess around 7.5 hours or 27 seconds per cube, which would be not too bad with all the transitions included. So I really hope you all enjoyed and are looking forward to all the other cool things I can do with these cubes. But that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys next time.